the wise bird and the teaching of the eternal. Countless eons ago, in an ancient age, there lived a pious Brahmin named Bhushundi. He was a scholar of the Vedas, proud of his knowledge and strict in his rituals. Yet in his heart dwelt arrogance. He believed that the divine could be reached only through strict asceticism and study, not through love or devotion. One day, Bhushundi met his teacher, a sage who had realized the truth of Rama, the divine embodiment of Dharma. When the teacher began to sing the name of Rama with love, Bhushundi smiled mockingly. "Do you really believe," he said, "that simply singing a name is worth more than years of studying the Vedas?" The teacher looked at him calmly. "My son, one day you will understand that love is greater than knowledge and devotion stronger than pride." But Bhushundi remained unteachable. Then Shiva, the destroyer of pride, appeared before him and spoke. "Na janena vina bhakti, na bhaktya vina moksha." Without knowledge, there is no devotion, and without devotion, there is no liberation. Shiva cursed Bhushundi for his arrogance. "You will experience many births until you understand the true meaning of the name of Rama." Bhushundi pleaded for mercy. Shiva, moved by his prayers, granted him that in his next life he would live eternally and sing the name of Rama, but as a crow, symbol of humility and watchfulness. Thus, Bhushundi was reborn as Kakabhushundi, the wise one in the form of a crow. As a crow, Kakabhushundi wandered through the world, observing time, people, and ages. Finally, he settled upon Mount Nilaparvata, the mountain of heaven, and meditated there on the name of Rama. He gained perfect knowledge of past, present, and future. His disciples, even sages and demigods, came to him in the form of birds to learn. In the Ramcharitmanas, he tells Garuda, the divine bird of Vishnu, the mysterious of creation and rebirth. Shri Rama Nama Tipavana Nama Kali Malaharana Sukkadama. The name of Rama is the purest of all names. It destroys the darkness of the age of Kali and brings supreme bliss. Garuda, astonished by the crow's wisdom, asked how he gained such knowledge. Kakabhushundi answered, "Anantakala Bahu Jamma Bogyo Bhakti Binu Nahi Gati Kachu Anya." I've wandered through countless lifetimes, but without bhakti, without devotion, there's no other path to liberation. Kakabhushundi teaches that true knowledge does not come through pride or intellect, but through humble love for the divine. He is regarded as a symbol of the eternal observer, one who sees the coming and going of worlds, but remains still and free within. Kakabhushundi Sarva Kalajna Bhagavan Dharma Bhaktiman. Kakabhushundi is all-knowing through all ages and a great devotee of Rama. He himself recounts that he has witnessed many cycles of creation. Aham pasyami pralayam purna shristim purna manusyam. I've seen the dissolution of the world and its recreation again and again and again and again. Of course, in philosophy, Kakabhushundi stands for humility after pride, observation instead of interference, love over knowledge, the eternal soul in changing forms. In Indian iconography, he is often depicted as a black crow, sitting on a branch and teaching from heavenly scriptures. So you can read it if you want to do your own researches in Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas, or Skanda Purana, or Devi Bhagavata Purana, or Padma Purana. So if you like, take a look there. But he was a time traveler and he knows about the multiverse like in the comic of Marvels. Did you recognize that? Can you imagine seeing the grand battles and divine events of the Ramayana and Mahabharata not once but countless times? Such in the story of Kakabhushundi. Like I said before, the legendary sage. Kakabhushundi was a devoted follower of Lord Rama, and it is said that he narrated the entire Ramayana to Garuda, the divine bird and vehicle of Vishnu. Background: the Sanskrit word Kaka means crow, like the crow pose we have in our yoga practice, Kakasana. And since the sage took on the form of a crow to tell the story, he came to be known as Kakabhushundi. He is counted among the Chiranjivis. Shiva is an individual soul. Beings, Chiranjivas, are beings blessed with immortality who remain on earth to guide and protect humanity through the sages, especially until the end of Kali Yuga. Kakabhushundi is believed to be immortal, living through countless Kalpas. And now we go a bit in this little Hindu mathematic. Immense cosmic cycles. So Kalpas are immense cosmic cycles. So let's count a bit. One Kalpa equals 4.32 billion human years, representing only one day and night of Lord Brahma, the creator. Each Kalpa is divided into 14 Manvantaras, and every Manvantara contains 71 Yuga cycles. Every Yuga cycle consists of 4 distinct ages. First, Satya or Krita Yuga, the Golden Age, the longest and purest era marked by truth, virtue, and longevity, the age of harmony and enlightenment. Second, Treta Yuga, the Silver Age. Morality begins to decline slightly. It is still a time of Dharma, and this is the age when Lord Rama lived and ruled. Dvapara Yuga, the Bronze Age, the third one. Virtue decreases further and conflicts grow. The era of Lord Krishna and the Mahabharata. And now the age we are living in, the fourth. Kali Yuga, the Iron Age. The present age, short and dark, filled with deceit, ignorance, and spiritual decline. Kali Yuga is traditionally said to last for too long. It's 432,000 years. As in the Gregorian calendar of 2025, it's approximately 5,125 years have passed, so leaving about 426,000, or let's say 427,000 years remaining, something about that. Depending which calendar we also take, we have different calendars. So if we put the Asian calendar, the Gregorian, it sometimes changes a bit, of course. But based on the Hindu cosmological beliefs, and is calculated using divine years, where one divine year equals 360 human years. So this is nearly equal to 1 year, where we have 365 days. Okay, so for a divine one, the time is much longer. It's like a blink with the eye. So we live and die. This cosmic rhythm repeats endlessly. Yugas, Manvantaras, and Kalpas flow in cycles. Kakabhushundi, being deathless, his eternity, experiences each repetition and witness the Ramayana and Mahabharata countless times as the universe renews itself. In every Treta Yuga, Kakabhushundi takes the form of a crow and travels to Ayodhya, the city of Lord Rama. He stays there for several years, joyfully watching the young Rama playing. The little prince would often laugh and try to catch the crow, unaware it was the saint himself. Overwhelmed by the divine sight, Kakabhushundi would always wish to return to the Lord in each Yuga to see that divine smile again. But why he take the form of a crow? Why not of a human? So let's check his other lives. The story of his crow-like form begins with his many births. Kakabhushundi once explained to Garuda that though he had taken several human births, but only 4 of them truly matters, because only in those lives did he find the guidance of a realized master. In one of his early lives, he lived with his brother and sister in a village struck by a terrible drought. Hunger drove people to madness, even to the point of cannibalism. After losing his family, he wandered into a nearby village named Avantika, where he met a saint teaching young disciples in a temple. The sage accepted him as a student, and over time Kakabhushundi became a passionate devotee of Lord Shiva. Yet he disrespected Lord Vishnu. Despite his teacher's gentle warnings, he refused to change his attitude. One day, during prayer, he ignored his guru's presence. Offended, Lord Shiva cursed him to be reborn 1,000 times as a lower creature. However, the guru pleaded for mercy. Moved by compassion, Lord Shiva modified the curse, declaring that Kakabhushundi would become a great devotee of Lord Rama, the incarnation of Vishnu. Thus, in his next life, Kakabhushundi was born as a Brahmin and became an ardent follower of Rama. The curse that made him a crow. In another birth, Kakabhushundi attended a spiritual gathering held by sage Lumas. During the discussion, the topic of Saguna, the god with form, and Nirguna, the formless, arose. Kakabhushundi argued with the sage, unable to accept his explanation. Sage Lumas tried to reason with him in many ways, but the young man remained stubborn and disrespectful. Finally, angered by his arrogance, the sage cursed him to be born as a crow. And so Kakabhushundi took birth as a crow in his next life, a form he would later come to cherish forever. Meeting the saint Kabir and attaining knowledge was a really important point here, because during his existence as a crow, Kakabhushundi met the great poet saint Kabir. Kabir guided him toward the understanding of the supreme reality and showed him the path to moksha, liberation. It was through this meeting that Kakabhushundi realized the truth, that the divine exists beyond form, religion, or name. Having found enlightenment in the body of a crow, he chose to remain in that form eternally, free, humble, and ever devoted to Lord Rama. The time traveler of Hindu mythology. According to ancient scriptures, Kakabhushundi has witnessed 11 different Ramayanas and 16 Mahabharatas. He continues to live beyond time itself, a timeless witness until the end of the current Kalpa, because it was Lord Rama who granted him immortality. During one of his lives as a crow, Kakabhushundi once flew near the palace of young Rama. The child tried to catch him playfully. I think I repeated myself, and we all know the story meanwhile. And in that moment, the crow saw something extraordinary inside the boy's mouth. He saw galaxies, stars, and the infinite universe. Realizing the divine truth of Rama's identity as the Lord of all, Kakabhushundi stopped fleeing and bowed deeply. He confessed his ignorance and prayed for forgiveness. Smiling gently, Rama asked him what he desired most. Kakabhushundi replied, "May I always remember you, my lord, in every yuga and every form." Pleased by this devotion, Lord Rama blessed him. Time itself shall not touch you. You will live through every age, witnessing the stories of the world unfold. This divine blessing became known as Kakabhushundi's time travel, his eternal journey through the ages. Another beautiful story connects Kakabhushundi to a lake in Uttarakhand, India. Once Lord Shiva and Parvati were discussing the coming incarnation of Lord Vishnu as Rama. Their conversation was private, yet a curious crow overheard them. Instead of being punished, the crow was transformed into a holy sage by the power of Rama's name. That crow was none other than Kakabhushundi. The lake, shaped like a crow, is said to be his eternal dwelling place. It is believed that his sacred site is untouched by the negativity of the Kali Yuga. Devotees who visit the lake are said to be freed of greed, pride, selfishness, and all other worldly impurities. Kakashundi's story reminds us that devotion transcends form, species, or time. His journey from arrogance to humility, from ignorance to enlightenment, mirrors the soul's evolution toward truth. He is not merely a mythical sage. He is a symbol of the eternal seeker, the one who lives through all ages, observing the rise and fall of civilization, and yet remains devotion to the divine. In every yuga, as the world changes, his presence continues, silent, watchful, and free, flying across the skies as a crow, whispering the eternal stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata to those who are ready to listen. So we have to transform ourselves too. It's stupid to wait for a hero or enlightened person who will save us all. This is false religion, false believing. Every single human has to transform the beliefs. It would be stupid if we are arrogant and think we all know the knowledge and hate others. This is the big illusion of Kali Yuga, the matrix we are living in. So think about that, and take maybe the crow as an example. And who knows how this yuga will end, because the big crow saw many endings. He saw different endings of the Mahabharata and Ramayana. Like in the multiverse, it's not always ending the same. Om Shanti.
I have flown through ages, watched worlds rise and fade, heroes rise and shadows crumble. I am Kakabhushundi, the crow that travels through time, bound to no form, devoted to no single truth. I have learned this. Everything that begins must end, and everything that ends returns. In another shape, another sound. Humans chase power, beauty, and knowledge, but often forget the only thing that endures, the heart. It's not the number of lives that matters, but the depth with which you live each one. I would tell you, listen less to the noise of the world, and more to the quiet whisper inside. The universe speaks softly. Only the still ones can hear it. Be brave enough to fail. Be brave enough to love. For in both pain and joy, you touch the divine spark. And believe me, I have seen gods weep and demons smile. The play of opposites is endless. There is no end, only new beginnings, across countless worlds. Thus I speak, the ancient bird, witness of stars and dust. Fly, but never forget where your nest truly lies. It's not in time, but in awareness.